one aspect of this bling eye candiness is a notion of inattentional blindness. So basically, as we move through our day, we are familiar with repetitive patterns, and there are psychological assumptions that we make as we're driving down the street, walking down the street, interacting with individuals and so on. And it's the moment of disruption that draws our attention. So hopefully something of this nature that has a time disruption, or it's an eccentric situation. It's not just a reflection in a window pane that we're familiar with, but yet it's a dislodged or fragmented scene of the surroundings. So then all of a sudden there's a subconscious draw to that because your psyche has a curiosity to figure that out, which really comes down to self-preservation. So faceted window physically is an aluminum structure that supports a series of polished stainless steel mirror reflectors. The idea with that is that the faceted surfaces create a disruption, a visual disruption to the surrounding circumstances of place that we're familiar with. So then it basically is reconstituting how we understand our surroundings. This particular piece was scaled for this environment, the window specifically. So the scale of the reflector, the height of the framework, which is very much related to the human body. So as people are walking down the street, that there's a datum, if you will, of perception that they can occupy, or kind of an implied space, so that they can understand the street and the surrounding circumstances in such a manner. One thing I'll point to that's, I think, different with this type of work than a traditional piece of artwork or sculpture is the fact that the thing, or the objectness of the thing, is not monumental, first of all. It doesn't sit on a pedestal. It's not separate from or independent from the environment that it's in, and that you look at it, or that it occupies a kind of scale or physical presence that one observes or looks at. So the aesthetics of the work like this is not the priority. Certainly it's something that is considered, but what I'm really attempting to do is to create a tool or a device that is responding to or reacting to the environment that it's within, and ultimately the environment that people occupy. The calibration of its effect and how it operates within those circumstances is really the focus, based on how it is going to affect the viewer's perception. That's the real key. So the thingness, the object, is not the key. Beyond creating artworks like this, I also am a lighting design consultant, and then also product design. One of the commonalities with all of these interests surrounding light and human perception and how people occupy space is essentially how light, and in the case of faceted window and other like works, how material and the interplay of light can then affect or change how people understand spatial contexts. So one of the other aspects of this work I think is interesting to recognize is the low-tech, simple mechanical elements that are involved. So it's actually industrial material that's used. There is no technology, there are no electrical systems. Certainly with my lighting design and product design, I am involved with very advanced technologies, solid state computer systems and so on. But part of the idea with this is that we're, again, removing these complex layers of our social interaction with devices and things, and reducing it down to a very basic, essential series of relationships. So that's what I want the viewer to see. So it's a very reductive process that's really required to get to the essence of perception and vision and so on. So body presence and the viewer is critical to the performance of the work itself. To some people, they might not have any interest beyond that, other than just understanding that there's something unusual in the window or different in the window. Some people might find a deeper curiosity to that.